Zack Martin's holdout is official, and our breaking news video on it is made possible by Rhone. 20% off when you use promo code CHATSPORTS over at Rhone.com/ChatSports. Zack Martin has not shown up to Dallas Cowboys training camp. Today was reporting day. Monday was the flight out. He wasn't on the flight. We figured that meant he wasn't going to be there, but it is now made official thanks to a report from Adam Schefter, who, per source, it's in Zack Martin's camp. That's what's going on there. It is not an accident, I believe, or a coincidence maybe, that the news breaks in the middle of the Cowboys press conference after Jerry Jones had declined to comment on Zack Martin, saying, I'm not talking about anybody's contract, whatever, 5, whatever it is, minutes later, boom, Schefter, Martin holdout is official. It will be officially official when the Cowboys put him on the reserve did not report list. But for now, Martin's not present at training camp. He wants a new deal. He wants an adjustment made to his contract. Martin originally signed like a 6-year deal a couple years ago. The deal is now winding down, and he is no longer among the highest paid players at his position. In fact, he's not even in the top 5 anymore. His cash payments are very low, $13.5, $14 million. He lags about $7 million behind, especially in the cash this year, 13.5 versus what guys like Chris Lindstrom, Quentin Nelson are going to be making this year. He's unhappy with his contract, and that happens occasionally. And I'll make this note too, by the way, early on. Part of why I think this is kind of a big deal. Look, this is not a great sign when you got other players to get paid, and you're going to go to them and say, hey, we want you to do a long deal. And say, okay, they're not going to get the same per-year value they would be getting on a 4-year deal. As a result, they'll get a little bit more, but not enough to balance it out. And then you're going to go, oh, we're not going to restructure the contract. That's why Martin's unhappy right now. It is not a coincidence that this becomes official during the Cowboys press conference today. It is not an accident. I do not believe that, coincidental timing. No. We know how much Jerry Jones likes the attention that gets paid to him in the Cowboys, I should say, throughout the preseason training camp. Well, now you're not talking about the press conference. You're talking about Zack Martin holding out. I think this is a big deal for the Cowboys. Your captain, one of your captains, your Hall of Fame guard, perhaps one of the best guards to ever play the game, right alongside Larry Allen, etc. A team captain, your best player on offense or second best, or just second best overall, wherever you want to rank him, is not at training camp. He's taking a $50K per day fine to not be there. This is not something I think we can just brush on the rug and say, it's Zack Martin, he doesn't need much camp. That's all true, but it's not a good thing for a captain with a new offensive line coach, mind you, to not be out there. This is a bigger deal than some out there are making. Not everyone, obviously, and I'm not saying I'm in, oh my God, world's ending mode, but this is a sizable deal. I think we should be worried about the Zack Martin holdout status. So what do you guys think? Are you worried? Y for yes, N for no. This is today's pinned comment. So if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and go vote. Y for yes, N for no at the pinned comment. Again, I am not panicking right now. I'm not like, world's ending. No. But this is not something we can just brush away with. It's Zack Martin. He's fine. He doesn't need much camp time. That's all true. But you have a team captain who's not present, who's not here for training camp. He is so upset with his contract, with the way he feels he's being treated, he's taking a $50K per day fine to not be there. Holdouts don't happen very often. Oftentimes there's hold-ins. This is more extreme of a move from that perspective than Zack Martin. Why hasn't the deal gotten done? It's a fair question. Maybe there are some valid concerns why Dallas will want to give him a blank check for a future Hall of Famer. We'll break down all of that and a whole lot more, plus a workout, potential signing coming for the Cowboys at corner. But today's show is made possible by Rhone. You guys can get 20% off when you use promo code CHATSPORTS over at Rhone.com/ChatSports. The male closet was due for a radical reinvention. Rhone has stepped up to the challenge. Their commuter collection, I am rocking one of their polos today, is the most comfortable, breathable, and flexible set of products known to man, and here's why. That's something for every occasion, right? Pants, dress shirts, quarter zips, polos. You never have to worry about what you're wearing anymore, thanks to Rhone. They have 4-way stretch fabric that provides breathability and flexibility to leave you free for whatever life throws your way, from the commute to and from work to dinner, drinks afterward, to the golf course like me. They've got you covered. They also got Gold Fusion anti-odor tech in case, it's a longer commute in, maybe your AC's not working, whatever. You're not going to stink either. The Commuter Collection gets you through any workday and straight into whatever comes next. So head over to Rhone.com/chatsports and use promo code chatsports to get 20% off your entire order. That's RHONE.com/chatsports and use code chatsports to find your corner office comfort. Upgrade your closet with Rhone, and check out the link in the comments section and the description of today's show. Look, short term, the Zack Martin holdout doesn't have a massive impact on this Cowboys team. They're fine. It's not the end of the world. Martin doesn't need a lot of training. If you were to power rank who needs the least amount of camp, Martin's probably number 1 or number 2. And it does give the opportunity for more reps for some of the younger players. It's also worth mentioning overall, those younger players are not better than Zack Martin, and frankly, probably never will be, but it's more opportunity, more chances, whatever. Mike McCarthy did confirm, by the way, at his press conference, this is the starting offensive line. They're going to end it the same way they're going to start the same way they ended minicamp, which was Tyron Smith at left tackle, Tyler Smith at left guard, but you know that Tyron Smith's not going to play every single game. You want to be able to give Tyler Smith some reps at left tackle, and you want to be able to give Smith reps at left guard, which means other players have to play left guard. Terrence Steele, I think, is going to be good to go. We'll see what the pup list says at some point later on today. But your options at right guard, this is an update, by the way, I'll make note of from Michael Gelkin. Josh Ball is a candidate. Maybe you flip him and Chuma Edoga on the depth chart once Zack Martin's not there. But I know Josh Ball graded out well from a PFF run grade perspective. He was terrible in that game. I don't care what the grades say. He was a massive liability. He got benched. He almost cost the Cowboys that game because he was so bad in pass protection. I know what my eyes told me. We all agree he's bad. Matt Farniok might get some more run at right guard, as I think he's kind of the Cowboys' answer for who's your top backup on the interior of the offensive line. But you also want to give him some reps at left guard, right? In case Tyron Smith goes down, is he your option when you kick Tyler Smith out to the left side of the offensive line? It does make it a little bit more complicated. The Cowboys can juggle it. They'll be okay. But you have a new offensive line coach in there. I trust Zack Martin to be up to speed fully, but it would all be just easier if he were there. Still more to come on Zack Martin, by the way. Will the Cowboys give Zack Martin a new deal? 1 for yes, 0 for no. Who's going to blink? Will the Cowboys blink, or will Martin show up and play on his deal and be unhappy? Go vote in the comment section. As it relates specifically to this year, the Cowboys have to get this figured out, and this is another thing they have to do. They want to get deals done with CeeDee Lamb, with Terrence Steele, with Trayvon Diggs. They got Micah Parsons coming next year. They want to figure out Dak long term. Well, Zack Martin has now jumped to the front of the line because of his holdout. And if you want to win football games this upcoming season, which the Cowboys, and I know we all, desperately want to do, you need Zack Martin out there. If you're playing Matt Farniok or Josh Ball or Chuma Edoga or Austin Richards as a rookie, it's not going to be good enough. That's not a good enough. That's a huge concern. What's also a concern, and why I think the Cowboys haven't just gotten this done, because on one hand, you're like, it's Zack Martin. This is a Hall of Fame guard. You just give him whatever he wants, right? So why haven't the Cowboys done that? Why is Martin feeling the need to hold out? I think Dallas wonders how many years Zack Martin really has left. Martin's play declined last year. He's still awesome. Don't get me wrong on that front. Again, I am pro Zack Martin. I would like to have him under contract, get him paid, figure something out there. Maybe it's a $3 or $4 or $5 million a year bonus, whatever it is. But Martin's numbers declined. They dipped by a lot. This is an all-pro guard who, quote-unquote, only played like a Pro Bowl guard. Maybe that's your difference there. I thought he was better with Terrence Steele next to him than with Tyron Smith. I think that change was a lot to take on from that perspective. The run blocking wasn't as good. At times that felt that way, but it really felt that way in 2022 when Martin was playing next to Tyron Smith, and that right side wasn't as good as Terrence Steele. He's still really good. He's still, if I'm picking the best guard in the NFL, I'm still picking Zack Martin. but maybe deep down, Dallas has some minor concerns about, okay, how many more years does he really have left at the peak level? And do we want to pay a premium for that or what we've done so far? You got a pretty good deal with Martin when you paid him. Might be time to even it out. Plus, it's a bad look for guys you're also trying to pay. If it's like Zack Martin, the Hall of Famer, can't even get a deal done with them, why would I consider something team friendly? They're not going to take care of me. I got to get the most I can get. That's the optics you deal with here. Now, training camp is here. First practice is tomorrow. We'll get some news on PUP list editions in the not too distant future. Make sure you guys stay up to date. YouTube.com/@CowboysTV. Free Cowboys videos all throughout training camp every day. One news item we'll go through here. Josh Butler has worked out. That is the USFL corner. Team is a bit banged up right now at the cornerback spot. He played for the Michigan Panthers, by the way. Nothing official here as we sit here filming. I would not be surprised if today, tomorrow, whenever, the Cowboys end up signing Josh Butler. I think that's the likely outcome, a good chance of an outcome here. The Cowboys are banged up at corner. They got some injuries. They have an open roster spot even before the Zack Martin drama. And there's been reports from Michael Gehlken that they were looking at some cornerback help. So who the hell's Josh Butler? Let's explain. Played for the Panthers last year. The photo you see, by the way, he got ejected for throwing a punch in a fight, by the way. Was targeted 50 times, allowed 28 catches, 363 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 pass breakups. Not bad. Didn't play a ton at Michigan State. He played 25 games, 3 TFLs, 11 PBUs, no interceptions in the USFL or in college football. You're probably just trying to fill out the back end of the roster a little bit because Jordan Lewis, I am fully expecting to begin the year on the PUP list, or at least camp on the PUP list. They'll work McQuamu at inside safety. Same with kind of Kelvin Joseph. Goodwin's not really a corner. You're probably going to give Stephon Gilmore some vet rest days. Diggs wants a new deal. We'll monitor that, make sure he's not holding in or anything. Deshaun Wright is also a bit banged up right now. So all of a sudden, Deron Bland can play inside, outside. But if Gilmore's getting a vet rest day, if McQuamu is for only nickel guys, you're kind of all of a sudden down to like 4 or 5 outside corners. And you probably want one more just to get you through the preseason. So keep an eye on that being a potential move here in the near future for the Dallas Cowboys.